Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and right now San Diego Comic-Con is happening, and as with the past few years, there is a Ninjago panel happening revealing stuff for the rest of this year and for 2026. Now unfortunately, I am not currently at Comic-Con, I am here at home, but luckily other people are and they're sharing the information with us so I can pass it on to you guys. So as always, I want to give a huge shout out to the Brick Fan over on Twitter. They are live tweeting San Diego Comic-Con right now, and they do that every year for the Ninjago panel, and they're pretty much how we have always found out about what's happened there. So let's take a look at their tweets and see everything that's been revealed. This is the poster that was up beforehand. It looks to just be the poster for Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 1, though it's a widescreen version of the poster. I don't know if we've seen that before. We've seen like a much tighter vertical one, so this looks pretty cool. Vincent Tong's there in person, as well as Kazumi Evans. Those are the voice actors, of course, for Kai and Wildfire. And here's the full panel. It's the two of them, plus Doc Wyatt and Kevin Burke, who are, of course, the lead writers of Ninjago Dragons Rising. And then Ryan Burns, who I'm actually not sure who he is. Okay, he's apparently an executive producer of the show. Here we have a quote from Kazumi. She says that a strong female character is wonderful with Wildfire. Season 3 Part 2 news, apparently, but there is technical difficulties with the trailer. Speaking of the trailer, though, I'm sure it's going to be released in full pretty soon, but at the moment it is playing at the panel at San Diego Comic-Con. There's just no audio with it. So this is a video that Duckbricks took. Again, shout out to Duckbricks. He's there right now, and he got a full footage of the trailer. You can see the quotes, like, underneath. So there is captions, there's just no actual audio. But yeah, we've got some footage of Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 2. I would have a bigger reaction to this, except the entire season is already leaked, aside from episodes 19 and 20, so I don't have too much to comment on here. I think there's maybe one or two new clips, but because I know not everybody has seen Season 3 Part 2 yet, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen it yet, here you go. You can watch it right here. It is like a minute 30 long. Again, hopefully we'll get that soon. Aaron wants to get his parents back. I think that's a new shot of Thunderfang. That's really cool. You see the Forbidden Five in their new ghostly forms. Lloyd's fighting them off with the prismatic blades. Frack in his new suit. That's cool to see officially. This is very awkward without any audio. That's an awesome shot of Cole. Nice bike slide. Aaron's name is spelt wrong in the captions. Awesome shot of Frack. Thunderfang again. I'm just dictating everything I see because I don't know what to do for the audio. That was cute. Ninjago Dragons Rising. So yeah, hopefully we'll get that full trailer soon. But here's the very first reveal of it, recorded off of Duckbrick's phone. Back to the Brick Fan. Apparently Ninjago is coming to Roblox, though I think it already is. I think there's a Monstrosity game that's been in Roblox for a couple months now. I've not played it because I kind of refuse to play Roblox, but I've heard people have had fun with it. I don't think that's referring to anything beyond what we already have, though. Vincent's talking about Monstrosity. It's fun but more gritty for him to voice. Then there was a trailer for Kai's Monstrous Journey, and I think that's already out. It's airing July 31st. Okay, it actually came out a couple days ago, but I'll play it for you guys right here. Essentially, this is meant to be like a companion piece to Ninjago Legends Monstrosity. Ninjago Legends Monstrosity had that like really cool animation style, and it was targeting a slightly older audience. This is essentially like the sequel to that story, but for a younger audience. So it still takes place at the same time and ties in with the Ninjago Legends sets, but it's 3D animated and it's a little more kid-friendly. So I'll play the trailer for you guys here.
Kai, I can't believe you were in the land of monsters and never told me!
It was a dark time in my life.
You got superpowers!
Not exactly.
You fought a monster pig, had some creepy weirdo following you, sliced your way through evil plants, and got a jungle insect power-up!
Wildfire, stop interrupting.
Sorry, continue!
That was only the beginning.
This definitely looks interesting. I'm excited to see more Kai in the Land of Monsters. I think his outfit especially is really cool, and I love the idea of him becoming corrupted and, like, getting these monster powers. He's got, like, this bug thing on his back, his eyes have turned green, and in one of the shots you can see he's got, like, a claw hand. And we saw that in Legends Monstrosity. The idea of Kai becoming a monster doesn't happen in the Monstrosity shorts, but I guess it is partially happening here. However, I will say I don't think the animation looks amazing. It looks very LEGO Dreams-ish, and I don't mean that in the best way. The animation feels a little bit stilted, and I think the backgrounds look somewhat boring. But again, that very much could change when the full series is out. But hey, new Ninjago content is good. New canon Ninjago content, I'll take it. I'm looking forward to seeing the story. Hopefully the story at the very least is cool. And I do like a lot of the elements here. I just feel like coming off of Monstrosity, it's a huge decrease in animation. Because this is nothing compared to Monstrosity or the main show. Though I do kind of like this background blending, right? This is like an illustrated background, but the the 3D character. So I don't know, we'll have to see. Apparently Vincent Tong and Kazumi Evans did a table read of the show in the style of Hot Ones, which I don't know what that means. I believe Duckbricks is going to upload the video of the entire panel either later today or tomorrow, so I'm curious to see this once this comes out, but yeah, at the moment, this is all we have. We officially have Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 4 announced for 2026. We all assumed that was coming anyway, but it's good to finally have confirmation. But then here, this right here, this is the biggest reveal. This picture right here. This looks like it's still concept art, but I assume it's the new ninja suits for 2026, or maybe it's the box art? I assume the box art would tie in with the ninja suits. But yeah, it's very interesting. Lloyd's like split in half with this green line down the middle. On this side, it looks like the Dragons Rising Season 1 armor, and then he's got some sort of crown on his hood. But then on the left side, this feels very classic, right? He's got the golden armor and the golden headdress. It looks like the Masters of Spinjitzu Season 1, Season 2 outfits. And in the follow-up tweet, the Brick fan says that it's a merge of designs from the past, present, and future, and that there will be more stuff for the Ninjago Legends banner in 2026 as well. Now, I'm reading between the lines a little bit, but what I'm thinking this might mean is that we're getting some sort of, like, 15th anniversary stuff next year, because next year is the 15th anniversary, and at Brickworld Chicago, it seems like they were teasing a blacksmith shop set. Obviously, that's not confirmed yet, but they put the map to the 4 golden weapons, and that's the name of the blacksmith shop in the show is the 4 weapons. And that would tie in with his outfit too, right? Maybe the right side is the new suits, the left side is the old suits, and this is a hint as to what the 15th anniversary suits might look like. It would be crazy if this was actually what the minifigure looked like. I doubt that. I feel like this is a combination of 2 minifigures, right? Whatever, like, the Legacy equivalent minifigure is, that's here on the left, and then whatever the Season 4 minifigure is, that's on the right. But if we actually do get this as a full minifigure, that would be awesome. But I could see this at the very least being in the box art, because this feels like the style of what they do for box arts recently. It would be getting rid of the dragon and replacing it with just Lloyd, but it still has that, like, split in half that all the box arts have had for Dragons Rising. But yeah, more Ninjago Legends stuff in 2026 is amazing to hear. I hope that means, like, show content too, not just sets. But yeah, the sets have done really well to my knowledge, and it's exciting to hear that we're going to get more of them. And then just more Season 4 stuff. They're going to be exploring more land/realms, and it's going to be pushing the ninjas to more emotional places. Then just some recaps. They talk about the Strike of the Serpentine comic that's coming out. That's coming February 2026. We already knew about that, but they're just reminding people, getting them hyped. I am excited for this one. It's going to focus on the Serpentine more, and hopefully we're going to learn more about the original Elemental Masters. Or I guess not original, but like this era of Elemental Masters who fought alongside Wu and Garmadon. Maybe learn more about Jay's mother in here and some of the Elemental Masters whose powers we don't know yet. And then they get into the Q&A, so keep in mind for all the info in the next part, these are asked by fans, so if it's not that interesting, it's probably because it was asked by a kid or a fan. This is not necessarily what the writers themselves are choosing to reveal. Oh, interesting, okay, this is in regards to that new Lloyd suit we just saw. Thought process of thinking for the new elements, mixed things up with the merge. Writers wanted it to be unstable. And then someone said, is this for the new Lloyd suit? And he says yes. So maybe this is the main wave suit. That would be crazy. I really want to see what that minifigure would look like. Is there any chance of bringing back past villains? No answer, but yes, keep watching the show. That's cool to hear with an asterisk. I don't want them to go too far into older villains, because while I like older villains, I prefer newer stories. Certain villains I think would be cool to see again, but other ones like the Overlord I am fine with just leaving in the past. Will there be an intense Dareth story? Anything is possible with Ninjago. Shima is canon, Nexonites is not one of the realms, we knew that. There is no 1-year time skip, but there's no context as to where the time skip would have been. Because between Season 1 and 2 there definitely was, but between 2 and 3, yeah, probably not. Why is there red in Aaron's Spinjitzu? Pay attention to the details. Are we going to see Lloyd's parents again? Not in the immediate future. That's fine with me. I would like to see Garmadon again, I'd like to see Misako again, but I don't think they're super relevant to the story right now. I think Dragons Rising can conclude just fine without them, but I would like to see them one day again in Ninjago, especially Garmadon. I'd like to see a Garmadon story again, but we've had so much Garmadon throughout all of Ninjago, I'm okay with them taking a break for a bit. This is in regards to Season 3. What did you do to Jay's hair? And they said, not a script decision. Nobody is taking responsibility. That's really funny, because he's got that ridiculous ponytail. Are we going to learn about Wildfire's parents? It's not an immediate part of the Dragons Rising story. They know the story, but won't tell it at this moment in time. That is something I really want to learn, but I guess it's not relevant at this point. We got huge news. Duckbricks is here. Wow, amazing. Explain when Legends of Chima takes place. They say Chima's connection is not a priority for Dragons Rising, but it may come out in other media. That's cool, I would like to see them establish that further. But the fact that it's canon at all, I think, is really neat. Apparently there was no set amount of time from before and after the merge. Time wasn't explicitly established. So basically, we do not have any new answers there. Alright, and I think the panel just ended, so I think that's going to be everything. I'll add in a clip and post if anything else gets revealed. A few more notes from Duckbricks about things that the Brick fan did not tweet about. We will hear the Weekend Whip again next year. That would be pretty cool. The team of young ninja, Fraxora, Aaron, and Wildfire will get a chance to shine and interact with each other in Season 4. That's amazing to hear, because I do really love the new ninja, and I want to see them properly work together even without the help of the old ninja. And then apparently Doc confirmed that Zarked is a wolf and he's from the same tribe as Rox and Noct, but it sounded like he just made it up on the spot and they didn't have any plans for that. If that's the case, that's a little disappointing to hear, because I feel like Zark's a lot cooler as like a panther. I don't think he makes much sense to be from the same tribe as Noct and Rox, but I guess it is what it is. Doc makes the decisions. No release date either, which is surprising because we got that last year. Okay, this graphic is specifically supposed to represent a blend of suits Lloyd has worn over the years, not an actual figure, meant to tease the new suits for 2026. I saw some people point out that that might not actually be a crown, that's like part of Lloyd's hair, which I guess I kind of see, it's very weird, but if it's that blend thing, it makes more sense. So I guess the 2026 suits are in here somewhere. Interesting, I'm curious what that's actually going to turn into. But I think that's now actually everything, so now back to my outro. But the big drop was the fact that Legends is continuing in 2026 and this new Lloyd suit, which it's really cool to see this so far in advance. It gets me very excited for what's to come next year. Let me know what you guys think of all this in the comments below. Do you want these to be the main wave suits? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.